I use Mojo as my dialer. I also use Mojo for tracking my numbers, for getting leads, as well as I've curated Mojo to be my CRM. So it's a 4-in-1, and it really helps keep costs low. Also, making sure I don't lose my leads. It's been a very long time, like easily over a year, maybe a year and a half. I have not lost a lead. Nobody falls through the cracks anymore. And I know exactly when I'm supposed to follow up with everyone. I call people by neighborhoods. I don't target lists. I don't do just sold. I've tried it. I've done it 3 times. I don't do downsizer lists. I don't do absentee owners anymore. Like, I just call everyone. Hi, Jackie. Yay, first. All right. Oh, wait. I got to hook up my StreamYard for you guys. I'm playing with this still. Jackie's here first. Woo! All right. I have not had good luck with this one neighborhood that I've been calling the last 4 days. And I was just with my inner circle and we're having this conversation. And you know what? Sometimes it can be the neighborhood that you're calling. So because we discussed it, I thought, you know what? I'm going to pivot. I love pivoting all the time, changing it up instead of being stagnant. So I am going to call a different list and see if maybe I happen to get new results. What about this one? Did I end up finishing this list? Yes, I did. Okay, next. No. Ooh, I know of one. This one, we're going to do double line today. Double line dialer, 5 rings. Let's load it up. Let's get to work. As Enzo has been down, so it's down. Interesting. So cool. Gabriel's calling. Oh my God, this is gonna be fun. Okay, cool. Yay. Let me pause it. Here, this is for Gabriel. Woo! Matt said, howdy, driving back from protesting my property taxes. Oh dear. Oh man, I hear those Texas taxes are actually quite high, probably the same as here in Florida. Gabriel said behind this week. Can I just make a quick comment about that? I used to freak out about daily, like I have to have 20 calls in a day. And then if I didn't do it, I would be down and out the next day and be mad at myself. And then I started doing it weekly. Like I got to do, whatever, 100 conversations in a week, or maybe 80. It was actually really more 80. And then if I didn't hit it, I would be mad at myself. I just decided, screw this. I'm just going to focus on my monthly. And so far, I've been really good, and I have not been so mean to myself mentally when I decided to focus on monthly. But I always figure if you just put in the time, whatever the results are, because you can't control people answering, and you can't control forcing someone to sell their house. So I just figure as long as I sit here, what did they say? Where the cards may fall or whatever. That's just my attitude. Jackie says, hi, Gabriel. Hi, Jackie. You guys are so sweet to each other. I love it. Hey, Adela. Thanks for keeping us motivated. Great work. Thank you. I hope you like the fun. Yay! The fun interaction. I got another lead this morning. Oh my God. Yay. Awesome. Yay. Joseph got a lead. All right. Joseph one lead this morning. I love a lead a day. As Erin says, one good lead a day keeps the financial worries away. Sonia, yay! That Sudeep is one handsome Indian realtor. I love it. Wait. Yay! All right. I promise I won't drive you crazy with the sounds. I'll keep it to a minimum, but I will play when it's appropriate. Especially when we get leads, when you get listings and appointments. I want to hear it all. I want you guys to share. I want you guys definitely to stay motivated.
Hey realtor, quick pause before we get back to the video. If you're watching this channel, it's probably because you're looking for more consistent ways to generate listing opportunities and for years to come. As an active full-time realtor, I only circle prospect when I'm doing my cold calling sessions. And the script that I'm going to share with you, you can't find it online. These are the actual conversations I continue to have with homeowners, and it has helped me generate hundreds of seller leads over the last few years. So if you're serious about building a steady pipeline of listing opportunities for years to come, I'd recommend downloading my free circle prospecting script. It's the exact same framework and everything I say every time I'm making my calls. So I'm going to make it available for you in the description. There'll be a link. Go ahead and click on it, download it, print it, practice it, make it your own. Let's get back to the video.
Gabriel says, Adela, real question. Since I'm circle prospecting, would it be a terrible idea to do a side gig to get income while I build my pipeline? I've been thinking about this. I would recommend do what you need to do 100% regarding your finances. It's either get a part-time job.
The person you're trying to reach is not available.
Or get a full-time job or dip into savings. I unfortunately went the hard way and I dipped into my savings until I made real estate work. It took me years to make it work. So I got hit hard. It's a huge burden on me. Like it's a scar, it's trauma, considering I only made $15,000 in 2023. And I've vocalized this before. I wish I had maybe had a full-time job or a part-time job, so it wasn't hurting so bad. So do what you need to do. I know there are realtors in this community that actually do work full-time, and on their days off or after work, they'll put in an hour and keep circle prospecting. But the key is to not stop. Whatever you do, don't stop. And I will say the beautiful part about circle prospecting is
Please leave your message for 9.
The beautiful part about circle prospecting is you're in so much control over your schedule. Like people will wait for you. Like even if you're maybe at work, what do they know? Maybe you're just busy, you know? You can tell them, oh, I can meet you at 6:30. You can always like make your schedule work for you. So even if you want to meet them on the weekend, they're willing to wait. Like I book people like, oh, I'll meet you next week. Oh, I'll meet you on Saturday. And it's like today's Tuesday. They're like, great, no rush, because they actually need time to prep their property. So it's very flexible when you do circle prospecting compared to FSBO and expireds when they want you there. Like they want you now to come over their house or when they say or when they're free. But circle prospecting, you're like, oh, well, I can't until
record your message. When you have
you're like, oh, well, you know, I have some meetings until like 4:30. So by the time I get back, I could probably meet you at 5:30 tonight, unless you just want to meet on Saturday at 10:30. They're like, yeah, whatever works for you, Gabriel. Like, no big deal. Because they're in no rush either. So whatever you need to do, Gabriel, to each their own. It's your business. You can do however you please. Oh, I got the final signature on my listing agreement this morning. Oh, congratulations. Yay. Woo. Matt got a listing. Yay. Woo. I think, wasn't that an expired, I think you had mentioned, Matt? Congratulations. Matt is like all in. Matt, did you notice your last 2 videos on your YouTube channel were in the double digits? YouTube is liking it. I don't know if you noticed that, but that's a good signal about YouTube figuring out what your channel's about and putting it in front of more people and finding your audience. So I don't know if you saw that. I meant to tell you. I did just tell you. Jonathan said, Gabriel, yes, side gigs are great. I drive Uber when I'm not making calls or doing real estate stuff. Now money is great. Yes, that's actually very kind of you, Jonathan. I appreciate you chiming in. That's perfect. Thank you. 100%. Joseph said, congrats. Gabriel said, I was thinking that, Jonathan. Yes. Whatever you need to do. I actually had a realtor friend here in the area, actually a couple, even in 2023 or 2024, they were even doing like nighttime work. Yeah, I knew some of them are doing like restaurant work just because it's like more flexible and they don't have to commit to like a job. And then I know some of them started, well, like doing substitute teaching, like some of the moms. And then I know, I don't know, it was just kind of like side stuff that wasn't so serious or time consuming, and it still gave them the flexibility. And then actually I know some were doing remote work from home part-time. Hey Diamond, how are you? What times do you call? I found your channel over the weekend. Welcome, Diamond. Nice to see you. And it was such a relief to know I'm not alone, LOL. You know, that's a perfect statement. I was just having this conversation with Jackie. So like, yes, I have an inner circle, but my inner circle really just developed because I was so alone. I was so alone in 2022 trying to figure this out. Because I had left that boutique brokerage I was with, and then I was with a traditional. I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do because I wasn't getting fed leads anymore. And then with cold calling, getting yelled at all the time and just starting off being yelled at by FSBOs and expireds was horrific. And I was like, this sucks. And I had no one to talk to, nobody to relate to. I felt so alone. And I just naturally asked a friend at the time, like, hey, do you want to make calls together?
Cannot accept new messages.
Do you want to make calls together? Because this is like really lonely and very boring. And it's so hard to just stay on the dialer waiting for somebody to answer. Thank you for your live videos. They're very much appreciated. You're very welcome. I'm so glad you joined. Feel free to join our Facebook group. The description, excuse me, the link is in the description. Hey, Layla, how are you? Hi, everyone. I'm curious, is Google Voice number work if I connect with my Mojo account? It should. I think Matt just tried it. And I want to say a couple people I know have Google Voice. I've never done Google Voice, but I know it should work because others. Herman?
9544.
Okay. Yep, and expired. Congrats. Awesome. Yay, congrats, Matt. Love it. Matt said, well, I started posting my videos in local Facebook groups. Ooh. Oh, I see. Is that
Messaging system. 95.
Do you think that's what's driving the traffic? Because you could actually go to your analytics and it will tell you if it is coming from there. If it's not, then you know it's actually YouTube doing it for you. Because I remember when I first started posting, like nobody was watching. And then all of a sudden like 10, 12, and then 20. And then when I post like 40 and then 60. And now when I post, it gets to 100 easily. And now it's more like 200, 300, 400. So it's always like climbing. And then you end up having like a baseline every time. Baseline. And it's crazy because my husband's going through that right now with his
Voicemail. The person you're trying to reach.
My husband's going through that right now with his golf channel. He used to get like 100 or so views, and then 1,000, then 5,000, then 10,000. Now he's getting 30,000, 40,000. I think the highest one is close to 60, if I'm not mistaken. And now he has a baseline of like 15 or 20, whereas before it was like in the hundreds. Hello, Ronnie Main. How are you? You read any books about cold calling? No, but I do read a lot about entrepreneurship, just general business, not cold calling. Got a lead. Awesome. All right. That was terrific. She wants to sell and buy. Done. And that's a lead. And then I can move on. So she is in a safe space. Gabriel said, I saw your story on Instagram. You had a squad today. Yeah. Well, that was actually yesterday. I think it was after my live. I did follow-ups with them. That's my inner circle. There's 5 of us. Jackie said, hi, Nancy. All right, back on the dialer. So I know we've talked about follow-ups before, and I know I have my follow-up process I shared with you guys. So talking about follow-up that I did yesterday evening, this morning, I had 3 of, I think I did not a lot, but I had 3 people reach out to me today. So sometimes when you guys ask me like, oh, they didn't respond, I have people respond like days later, like over the next 72 hours. If I do like a follow-up session, let's just pretend I reach out to 10, like 3 will follow up. Or sometimes if I reach out to 23, reach out to like 20, maybe like 7 will respond to me over the course of 72-hour period. But I never do follow up or reach out with the anticipation of them necessarily responding back. It's just more a touch. So if you ever want to check out on, I mean, you can Google this, but it's called the Google 7-4-11 rule. And you need to have 11 touches to try and convert people. So when I do my follow-ups, it's never with the expectation that they're going to respond to every single reach out. And then I asked her, great, will do. Do you prefer email or just send via text? Because I respect people's preference of communication.
Talk right now. Leave me a message.
Preference of communication. So I don't believe in just shoving people into automations. I know this is like something that's comes up from time to time in our inner circle, but I prefer the human touch, the personal experience, the feeling that they know, or the feeling that I give them, knowing that I took the time to actually look up what's going on in their neighborhood that would affect their property value. And she said, text is better. I'm like, that's fine. And then I'll just make a note of it in my system. This person prefers text. And so when I do an update, I text them. Nancy says, hi there, Jackie. It's been a minute, Adela, but I'm back. Awesome. Driving back to my home office to start circling. Cool. There's a lot of us calling. Me, Sonia, Joseph, and Gabriel. So let me know when you're home. I just started 39 minutes ago, so I'll be here for another hour and 20. Jonathan said, I think that makes you stand out more because everybody automates now. Yes, they do. They do, Jonathan. And believe me when I say I did it too. I did it like, so when I was with Coldwell, they used to have Cole Realty Resource, and I had pulled like a list of 3,000 people because that's all it allowed me. That's all it allowed me. And so I actually, before HomeBot existed, I had something similar with Brivity. That was one of the website providers I had, and it was like my CRM as well at the time, and it had my website. And I automated them and was sending out these market reports. So I was actually getting a lot of nasty emails from homeowners telling me, how dare I tell them that their value of their property, and it was incorrect. I was like, oh my God, I had that thing for like, I think 2 years or something. I only got 1 listing. 1 listing, you guys, out of 3,000 people in my database giving out market reports on them. It was twice a month. And so I know how the automation aspect works and how they just felt like they were another number, and I was giving them inaccurate, and more than anything, telling them how much their house was worth with not even knowing about their property. So because I've been burnt, because I have trauma over that, I pivoted and I was like, you know what, maybe if instead of 3,000, if I have 100 people and I just nurture and curate and take care of every single one, I'm going to have a higher conversion. I'm probably going to have 20 listings out of that 100 compared to 1 listing out of 3,000. So yes, everything is automated now, and I just don't like it. I rather give people an experience and them know that I have my finger on the pulse of this market. The other nice thing that I like to do, especially like to curate the experience for them and make it special for them, is I do send them my handwritten note card with my magnet business card with an additional card, and of course my flower seeds, the forget-me-not seeds, which my mentor James Michener told me to start using. So I kind of threw that in. And people's reaction is so great. In fact, one of my other listing, I had followed up with her for a year, and she told me, she goes, the reason I called you back is because of your handwritten note card. I saved it. You'd be surprised how many of them save it. I go into appointments, like my magnet's on the refrigerator, the card is on the table. I'm like, wow, people hold on to this. So yeah, just giving them a totally different experience. People ask me, I don't have material. I don't have a polished, pretty presentation. I don't have a listing presentation. I literally just meet with them. Surprisingly, I ask realtors, well, if you were to sell it, you would just sell it yourself, right? Because you would be surprised.
Forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
You would be surprised. Not every licensed realtor will sell their house on their own. I've actually sold 2 properties of realtors. They're legit realtors. They're licensed, and sometimes they'll be licensed, but their license isn't inactive. I even have a lead. He lives down the street from me. I asked him the exact same question, and he said, well, actually, I would not sell my condo myself because I'm a full-time GC and I don't really know what's going on with the market. So if I did decide to sell, I would hire a professional that works full-time because I would need help.
It's been forwarded to an automatic.
And people are shocked about that. I'm like, just because you're a realtor doesn't mean you're going to sell it yourself, because I am in the most saturated and competitive real estate market in the entire country. There's my friend was just reminding me, because I don't really
forwarded to voicemail.
I don't really pay attention to how many realtors there are. But I think she said something like between Miami-Dade County, Broward County, and Palm Beach County, there's 100,000 of us. That's the most extreme.
Please leave your message for 51.
Hey, Tiffany, how are you? Hi, Adela. Hi, everyone. Hello. We got a full group here. A lot of people calling. I got a lead. Joseph got a lead this morning. Matt got a listing this morning. Sonia's calling. I'm calling. Joseph's calling. Gabriel's calling.
Forwarded to voicemail.
Calling.
The person you're trying to reach is not.
And then Nancy's on her way home to start calling. People were cranky today, including the dialer after lunch. Oh dear. I heard Enzo is actually down today, but so far so good. I'm on the 2-line dialer, 5 rings on Mojo, and I'm at 5 conversations in 44 minutes with 1 lead. So that's where I'm at. Kristen said, does anyone know how much Enzo costs? Oh, that's right. I was actually trying to figure that out. If I'm not mistaken, it's $180 a month. Gabriel can tell us because he has it. And supposedly there's the setup fee, which I don't know how much that is. And then you have to be careful, because if you decide to pause it, then you have some kind of additional setup fee, another setup fee to get it up and running again, instead of just completely canceling it. I think they you pause it, and so you still have to pay monthly, but it's not the full 180 to keep it active or something. Dang, 180, yes. Although I will say, I'm sure you've heard me say this, Sergio and others, I pay $174.
Continue.
I pay $174 monthly, but that includes my recording feature and 2 lines with Mojo. Actually, does Enzo give a phone number? I don't give a phone number. I don't know. I'm gonna experiment with Enzo over the summer, so we shall see how it goes. Kristen said, I've decided to spice it up for the funny voicemails people have. I'm going to leave funny voicemails that correspond to it. Ooh, that would be fun and entertaining, and I bet they might just get a kick out of it. So that sounds exciting to me.
Hello, we are not available now. Please leave your name and...
Perfect. Why not? Why not? Gabriel said, Enzo includes numbers, call recordings.
Call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person.
And you can integrate your CRM. Well, I don't have a separate CRM. I just do everything in Mojo. Also, the numbers they give you are automatically recycled monthly or something like that. Yeah, I'm sure they have a way about their numbers. Okay, so it does include the numbers. Yeah, so it's kind of similar in pricing. I think what just irks me is maybe the setup fee more than anything. I'm sure I have to see what the setup fee is. Call recordings and you can integrate your CRM. I guess I don't have to integrate my CRM. I wonder if I can kind of do the same thing that I'm doing with Mojo as far as my organization with the folders and the lists, I should say. My yeah, I just have to play with it and see. Have you tried call tools? I have not. I feel like a lot of people have talked about call tools. I know some people have tried it. I don't know if it's just like older or if they've revamped their system, but I've heard a lot of complaints from it. And I don't really know too many people that even use call tools. So I have not tried call tools. Do I have to add that to the list? Maybe now I'm just going to experiment this summer. Call tools, Red X, Enzo. How many other dialers are there? My old team lead liked it better than Mojo, apparently. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have my old team lead liked it. People are telling me that supposedly Enzo Dialer is like call tools, or it sounds identical to call tools. But then I wonder, why aren't people using call tools anymore if they're yeah, I just feel like, what's the dealio? Is it like HomeBot the same? Because like I used to have market reports, and now there's like always a new one. So I'm wondering, is Enzo just like the new one that ever like?
Where you say
Is it just like the trend, and then there's going to be a new one in 2 years? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, cool. Matt's home. He's dialing. Awesome, Matt, I got you down. All right, I'm home and dialing with you now. One line using my Mojo number, one line using my Google number.
Trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you
Hoping that helps prevent getting marked as spam. One line using. Wait, are you telling me you separate it, Matt? Because I just use one phone number.
Please leave your message for.
I was like, do I know that guy?
I'm busy at the moment.
I keep going, and somebody answers. Yeah, I didn't know you could separate it. Are you separating it? Does that mean like one line is doing, I don't even know how that works. I just use one phone number for 2-line dialer. And it calls both using the one number. Look at that. Yep, you can have one line dialing with your Mojo, another line. Interesting. I did not know that. Look at that. We're learning. We're learning from each other because I'm still new to this. Maybe because it's a 10-number dialer, but we only call double line. So not a feature you would use. I dialed.
Now, the person you're trying to reach is not available. At the
Maybe because it's a 10-number dialer, but we can only call double line. Oh, interesting. I have no idea. Actually, 1 lead in 2.5 hours. I'll take that any day. Yeah, I have no idea. All I know is I just have I pick the phone number that I want on Mojo, and then I just tell it to double line dial. Oh my God, that was a realtor. I know that realtor. Trash. Not a contact.